welcome to Fuck That Formula. You know what it is. So, to continue on the Survival Stylist Series, this is part 2. So the first one we talked about being successful, things that are maybe aging stylists. In this part 2 of the series, we are going to talk about being booked and burnt out, okay? And some of the things that our stylists are going through, that they're booked and burnt out, but will burn you the fuck out of this industry. And they seem very, very minor until I go into them, okay? So the first thing, and this is mainly discussing like the emotional burden. What people that are new to this industry or that are not familiar with this industry don't understand is that the emotional, physical toll this industry puts on your body. So it's not just the, okay, I'm making money and I'm managing schedules and I'm booking clients and customer service. Okay, all that is great within your business. You need good customer service. You need a structure. You need all these things. But no one talks about the other side of it. The other side where it makes you want to be like, I'm fucking done with this industry. I got burnt out on the industry, not gonna lie. It's a lot of it was financial, but a lot of it was the physical toll and mental toll it takes on you. The mental toll of the hustle, of the mental toll of passing out cards and just the fucking social media strategic content creating. The mental load of it all will stress you the fuck out. So we're going to talk about some of the things that are aging stylists, and hopefully if you are new to this industry, this is something that you can really work on to where you don't get so burnt out. Okay? So one of the things is standing all day in the wrong shoes. Okay, so we are big on this industry as far as looking the part, playing the role. Some of y'all are cosplaying a stylist, but the thing is, realistically, yeah, you could be cute from here to here, but them feet better have some support on them, okay? A lot of guys want to wear the cutest like little flats, and I know they're cute. They go with your outfit. And even if you're like, I'm going somewhere afterwards, bring those and keep them in your car, keep them in your suite or whatever. But when you are standing on your feet 6, 7, 8, 10, 12 hours in a day, the last thing you need is your fucking feet to be hurting, okay? So when you're standing on your feet all day, you really, really want to consider having things that support your ankle, that support the arc in your foot, that whatever that is. You'd be amazed at the wrong shoes, how they affect your back, your knees, your legs. And honestly, trying to be cute in this industry in the wrong damn shoes will have you up out of this industry real quick, okay? I remember my homegirl, she used to work in heels all the time. I don't know how she did it. Maybe that was a 20-something-year-old her. But the 40-something-year-old her, tell that bitch to put on some goddamn sneakers, okay? You just need to find something that works. I am flat-footed, okay? So for me, I need as much arch support, ankle support that I can get. And when I fractured my toe, all shoes are not created equal. They're not. So I work in my shoes that just some comfortable shoes that I have. I even decided to get me some Birkenstocks because I needed the arch support and I wanted a sandal. But then we start talking about sandals. Sandals are cute, but they don't always benefit you in the salon atmosphere. And I'm saying that because hair splinters are a thing. Dropping your shears on your foot is a thing. I know in cosmetology school, they were on us about wearing like shoes that will properly fit our feet, covered shoes and stuff like that. And all of us complained because it wasn't cute. But the reality is, it's protection for your foot. That's just the reality. You don't have to worry about a curling iron, shears, anything falling on your foot, hurting your foot. So wear proper shoes because they will help your back, they will help your knees, they will help your ankle. They will help you in the long run, okay? Especially when you're doing long days. And if you want to last long. Okay? Ignore aches, pains, and repetitive injuries. So, I have repetitive injury. My shoulder has bothered me for years. I'm trying to seek orthopedic as we speak. You guys have seen my post about me having tennis elbow from round brushing, even flat ironing. That hurts. All in here. All this hurts. But ignoring those injuries will put your career at a dead fucking stop. It is painful for me to round brush. It is painful for me sometimes to to flat iron. That is painful. If I cannot do those minor things in my business, then how am I going to do hair? All right? So when you are noticing you have aches and pains in different places, go seek your massage therapist, go seek a chiropractor, go seek orthopedic. If it's changing your diet to where you don't have so much inflammation or whatever, do that. But do not ignore the signs. Ignoring the signs, all they do is create a problem down the road, okay? So don't ignore them. Do what you need to do to take care of it. We don't have insurance in this business. We are all, self-pay or whatever, or if you have outside insurance. So if you have insurance, take advantage of it. Use it to help you in your aches and pains. But if you don't, find ways, self-pay, a lot of times discounted, but find ways to get seen for whatever ailments you have, because I promise you, it creeps up on you. I have arthritis in both of my hands, but I've noticed by me changing just my diet, a lot of the inflammation is gone. So there's a lot of shit that contributes to you running your business on a day-to-day. So don't let physical pains be one of those things that stops you. Surviving on caffeine instead of food. I don't necessarily survive off of caffeine instead of food. This goddamn pill I was getting on my nerve. I don't necessarily survive off of caffeine than food, but I will say, because the way we schedule a lot of times our books, we tend to not schedule a lunch. And some of that is I'm just trying to get my day going. I'm just trying to move on and get in and out. Or, and we're just drinking coffee, not paying attention. It is very important, and this is, forget the money aspect. It is very important for us to take the time out of our schedules and eat. I don't care if it's a 30-minute lunch you have scheduled. Don't scarf your food down. But it is not going to take any money out of your pocket if you sit down and eat. And I'm saying that to say, especially on the days you have long days, like I will do my regular 5, 6, 7 hour days and probably not schedule a lunch. But on days that I'm doing like 12-hour days, I schedule me a lunch. I schedule probably like an hour and a half lunch. I do that, number one, so I can rest my feet, rest my hands, mentally rest and not be talking about freaking hair. But two, so I can eat my food at the pace I'm supposed to eat it at and digest it. We will scarf down food real quick and keep going. That is not good for our gut. Not eating all day and surviving off of just, especially if you're actually hungry. Now, if you eat a good breakfast and you're able to do your shift and not eat again, that's perfectly fine. But if you're skipping, if you wake up in the morning and you start, say like I start at 5, and you start at 5 and you running until 5, 6 in the evening, you haven't ate anything since yesterday and you're actually hungry, then you need to schedule yourself for lunch. We have a physical job, and I'm big on fasting, guys. So if you are fasting or whatever, do what you need to do. But this physical job can run you ragged. And sometimes you just need to schedule lunch just for the mental break. You might not even be hungry. Sometimes you just want to stop and be like, God damn if I don't want to talk about shit else. Okay. but eat something. A good thing that I used to do a lot of is because I didn't really want to stop to eat. So I made protein smoothies, and I would do that a lot. When I had my own place, I kept a blender. So if my client was on the dryer, I would go in and make my smoothie. Or I would make my smoothie before I went to work and keep it in the refrigerator and drink on that throughout the day. That kept me full, satisfied, with energy throughout the day. I wasn't starving. So figure out a way to provide yourself with some type of nutrient for the day. Okay? We can't just live off energy drinks and coffee. I don't. Even old school stylists used to stop. I mean, now granted, someone will go in and cook a pork chop meal and do a lot of extra shit, and will be in the salon all day because you gotta stop. Or the barbecue man or the fish man might run through here and give everybody a plate, but at least they stopped and ate. You might have to sit in that dryer or that conditioning treatment longer, but at least they ate. So, guys, we need to at least eat some food, do something, okay? The next thing is not drinking enough water. I am guilty of this. I don't really be that thirsty. I do keep my water. Everyone knows I carry this cup everywhere I go. I keep my water, but what I've also been trying to do is keep electrolytes on me throughout the day, because it has a little more flavor to it. Because water, I just get burnt out. So I just keep electrolyte bottle with me, and I take that to work. So if I don't drink any just plain water, I'm at least getting my bottle of electrolytes in, so I'm not thirsty while I'm at work. Okay? Speaking of thirsty, I done got thirsty talking. But yeah, like drinking water. If we're just drinking coffee all day, drink some water. Keep your system clear, but I drink electrolytes. I don't drink soda, so that's not my big thing. Working through illness and exhaustion. It's going to cost you more in the long run if you just take off work. If you are ill or if you're exhausted, just close your schedule. Most of the time, if you're ill, you should be closed because, one, you might be contagious and don't nobody want this shit. But two, you have to take care of you. If your family is dependent on this paycheck in order to survive, but you're working through your illness, what if you get so ill that you can't go back to work at all? Or what if you simply are no longer here? No appointment is worth you working through your illness. Now, I've worked through having minor cold, minor sinus infection, but if I am extremely ill, y'all can count them books good as closed. Okay? It is never worth it. And honestly, I don't have the clientele that would tell me to come in. So if you have clients that are begging you to come in and you know that you are ill, or you are just beyond exhausted, or you had a close family member that died and you're trying to recoup or do whatever from that. If you got people bugging the shit out of you about appointments, them ain't your people. Let them clients go. Let me tell you up close. Let them clients go. Because they don't respect you as just a human being. Okay? It is never that serious. Your hair is never that serious to where you work through your illness or exhaustion. Y'all remember that post where the lady said she was tired and went home and never woke back up again? Work is never that serious. These bills gonna get paid. They'll get paid. The dinner gonna get made. The house gonna get clean. These clients gonna figure out how to get their hair done. They'll be okay. When it comes to your health, they will be okay. It's never. If you are beyond tired, your body's aching, you don't feel well, just close your books. And just send out a notice like, hey guys, this is what I'm going through. Hey, I got you guys in the next week. However you need to word it. But it's okay. Taking your client drama home. So our clients become family. And we like to, you talk to them about the problems, and some become so close that you tend to forget that is your client. That is not your problem. What that woman and her husband got going on ain't got shit to do with yours and yours. So why is you taking that home to your spouse? But taking clients' problems home. You will meet clients that have spouse issue, job issue, children issues. They're depressed. They're going through a lot. And have empathy and sympathy and be there for them. You know, I am known for contacting my clients outside of business hours and be like, hey, how are you doing? I'm checking on you, blah, blah, blah. But I try to leave those problems at the salon door because I have enough of my own problems that I don't need their problems to weigh me down. I am there for my clients. I want to help talk you through whatever you're going through. I want to help you figure whatever you're going through out. I want to be there for you. But once we have that conversation, I'm not going to lie to you. I cut it off. I cut it off because now I'm at the next client. But I cut it off because I cannot bring that home with me. I have my own bullshit to deal with, okay? But I'm here for you. But I will not bring that home. If my client is going through, you know, her spouse or his spouse is, you know, doing all these whatever, you think I'm finna come home to mine or my child, you know, you tell me about your teenager and I'm about to come home to mine and cuss mine out and go, I can't do it. I'm not about to throw that on them because that is not them. That's not for them. And I have learned for me, I have the capacity to hold so much water. I can only hold so much at a time. I hold mine. I hold some of my spouses and some of my child's. That's all I got. I got enough for my damn self. I can only hold so much of theirs because some of theirs, they got to figure their shit out too. So I try not to do that, but try not to bring your clients' issues home with you and leave you depressed. You'll hear, that's why therapists have therapists, because you think listening to that shit all day, you don't think that doesn't affect them eventually? It does. So, yeah, try to, and if you find yourself experiencing situations where you are holding on to your clients' emotional issues or baggage or whatever, and you are not able to deal with it, then you need to seek a therapist because you need to let that out as well. So just because your clients are going through something, that doesn't necessarily mean that you need to absorb all of that. But if you find yourself absorbing it and you find yourself in a place that's just like, this just doesn't, I'm holding on to their stuff, then you go seek help or whatever. And sometimes I have clients that I can dump all my shit on because they like, girl, I ain't got nothing for you. And I'd be like, girl, I got a shitload of stuff for you. And I can dump all my shit on them. And then I feel better. So, but yeah, be very aware of that. Unplug from work. When I get in that car, no, I don't even be in a car. When my last client says, all right, girl, I'll talk to you later. Give me a hug. Love you, girl. Love you too, girl. Once we do that and I shut that door, baby, I didn't clocked out. I ain't even swept that damn floor. I ain't cleaned my tools yet. I already clocked out. So unplugging that shit before I get home, already done. Yeah, unplug. One thing I have definitely learned and have really worked on as far as setting boundaries is unplugging when I get home. One of my clients, she'll probably laugh when she sees this. She was up in the middle of the goddamn night just booking appointments. I mean, going at it. I mean, 1, 2, 3 in the morning. Just booking shit. So what I did was, I said, you know, because I texted and I was like, take your ass to bed. Because I'm keeping hearing all the dinging. But I said, you know what? She ain't got to go to bed. You can just cut your notifications off. So now, if you are not my mom, my dad, or my child, or my spouse, that phone, I will not get any phone calls nor text messages after 9 o'clock. I've done it before, and it wasn't that big of a deal because a lot of my clients most of my clients don't call me or text me that late at night. And if they do, it's because they really need something. But I decided that just like if I worked for an employer and after 5 o'clock I clock out and I ain't doing no work when I get off, that's what I do. So after 9 o'clock, my do not disturb goes on. And I may be sitting there looking at my phone. I may be TikToking or whatever I'm doing, editing video, whatever. But what I'm not doing is answering text messages or being interrupted in the middle of the night by text messages. No, I'm not doing it. So I've definitely have created more and more boundaries, especially the older I've gotten in this industry. But there's sometimes when I get, in this industry, I can't necessarily say when I get home from work, I don't take text messages from clients or I'm not calling clients. Yeah, I'm still technically managing my business even when I'm not in the salon. Okay, I'm still managing appointments, answering questions, whatever, creating content. So, but as far as me getting disrupted in the middle of the night by clients' questions and stuff, I cut that shit off at 9 o'clock. So, but I always had this thing, even if you text me at 9 before my do not disturb even went on, I don't answer until the next morning. And that's just what that is. So you have to create business hours that work for you. And I say that because I promise you, when your clients work for somebody, they don't want their employers bugging them on days they're off. So, or the times that they're not available. I do know I definitely unplug on Saturday and Sunday. If you are a client of mine and you contact me on Saturday and Sunday, it's going to take a long time. One of my students was contacting me Juneteenth weekend. Y'all know I'm doing Juneteenth shit. I'm doing black shit, okay? And she was just texting me and she had all these, Miss V, and had all these questions. I text her back, baby, and I was like, baby, I am sorry, but I be in these streets. I am not answering text messages, and if I do answer them, they're going to be real slow. So if you need something, you might want to call me real quick. But I normally don't really do a lot of business shit on Saturdays and Sundays. I be trying to be in these streets just like y'all. So, but learn to unplug. You don't always have to be on for everybody, and you don't always have to make yourself accessible to clients 24/7. You have a life and you need to maintain some type of boundary, some type of balance, okay? Treating rest like laziness. Oh, I'm bad. I've gotten good at that though. I used to, some days, like Mondays was like my admin day. And so on Mondays, that would be my day where I typically will do all my transfers, my deposits, especially for whatever came in Thursday night on, do all that, do my bank runs, whatever I'm doing, do videos. That would be my admin day. Look over my numbers, look over my books, whatever. But there have been some days I just lay around. I don't do shit pertaining to this business. And I used to think you're not disciplined enough. You're not running this enough. You're not doing this enough. Until the older I've gotten, it's only me. I am a service provider. I don't have my business is not structured yet at this moment to where if I'm not working it, it's not making money. That's not where I'm structured at right now. I want to get there and I want to be there, but that's not it right now. But I had to realize that I still need a balance. There still has to be some work-life balance. You still have to make time for yourself. You still have to take care of things that you need. So yeah, you're gonna do your admin stuff, but you still you can put all this energy into doing everything else except for taking care of yourself. So go work out. Go cook you a meal, something healthy. Go run and do the things that you want to do. Or if you don't want to do shit but lay in your bed all day and watch TV and maybe fold some clothes up, if that's what all you have the power to do for that day, do that shit, okay? Don't think that because you're not tapping into your business every Monday, or you're not running your numbers or really focus on your books for that week, that you're being lazy. Sometimes you just need a fucking break. And you can't always afford to go on vacation or take that break. So you got to get as much little mini breaks as you can. Take full advantage of it, okay? You're not being lazy. You're being realistic, and you're allowing yourself breathing room to where you have the capacity to, when you're rested, to when you do go back and look at your business, you can look at it with some fresh eyes. So don't think you're being lazy. You need a fucking break. You need a nap, bitch. You just need a nap. Neglecting your own self-care. Same thing. Neglecting your own self-care. Take care of you. Your clients are going to be okay. I promise you, they will be fine. You have to take care of you. What's funny was, before I started doing hair, I'm like the boomer generation. My parents only took off work for doctor's appointments. And that's something that I had to realize. And I was doing the same thing when I worked corporate and nonprofit. I only took off when I had doctor's appointments. I never took off for vacations. I never took off to do whatever, or just a mental health day, as these new kids will say. That's why I fucks with some of this generation, because they know how to take mental breaks. But I never would take off. It was just work, work, work. You took off when you had to. When I became self-employed and I realized, bitch, you'll never get a day off if you don't take it off. So now I take off. I take off if we are going, even if we're not going, even if my homegirl says, girl, let's go out, let's do something today, and I'm looking at my schedule, all right, let's go ahead, let's close. Let's take care of ourselves. I'm not saying everyone knows me, I don't close all the time. I typically only close when I have something major going on, something important, going out of town, things like that. I typically keep my same business hours. My business times don't change, okay? But there's some days you just need a break. And you just need some R&R. I mean, one day he was like, let's go to World Springs. You off on Thursday? I was like, shit, nah, but I can be off. I'm off. Let's go. For us, that was our R&R time. That was us relaxing together, doing our thing. Sometimes you need that. Now, I'm going to say this because some of you young bitches out there don't think that I'm saying something different. I am not telling you that every time you want to go out, you need to take off. No, ma'am. Every time something is going on, you need to be off so you could be in the streets. No, ma'am. I'm not saying if you're supposed to be there, create a schedule that works for your life and that also is able to, service your clients or whatever. You don't create schedules that you're always going to be closing and taking off from, or a schedule that you can't keep up with yourself. If you know that you don't if you know that you are not available to be coming in at 5 in the morning, or it's hard for you to get there at 5 in the morning, don't goddamn schedule yourself at 5 in the morning. Make your schedule make sense. But when you create this schedule, you do need to stick to this schedule, okay? But it's okay to take off some days to take care of you. I know some people think, oh, well, you're off Saturday and Sunday and Monday. And bitch, I want to be off Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday that same week too. I want the whole week. You get what I'm saying? So, how many times are your clients, they be like, oh, me and my daughter are going to do the day together. So I took off work. That happens all the time. So why can't you do it? Just because you're self-employed or you're a service provider doesn't mean you can't do it as well. So, but take care of yourself. And I mean that in the mental form. So if that is, you need to adjust your schedule around your therapist appointment, then damn it, do that, because your therapy and your mental health matters. If you need to adjust this around, if you know that an only way for you to stay sane during the week is that you have to work out, and this is the time you work out, if that's what you got to do, then if you're a 6 a.m. workout person, then start your bookings at 9, 10 o'clock, if that's what you got to do. But you do need to take care of you, okay? Wearing burnout as a badge of honor. Yeah, that ain't shit cute about that. I know we all be bragging like, girl, yeah, this her, girl, yeah, that. Girl, oh, girl, I'm tired. But that ain't shit cute about it. I promise you. It's mental exhaustion. Ain't nothing cute about it. But creating some type of boundaries to keep you from getting burnt out will really help you sustain in this industry. Your mental health, your physical health, your financial health, your spiritual health, all those things go hand in hand. And physical health, I'm meaning your muscles, your bones, your gut health, all of that plays a role in how long you're able to survive in this industry. If you're not taking care of yourself physically, you're not taking care of yourself nutritionally, then it's going to be hard for you to be able to stand all the time. You're going to have some type of ailments. Seek a nutritionist, seek a dietitian, seek some coach, whatever you need to do to take care of yourself. Mental health. If you know you're taking stuff home, if you know just this industry in general is just burning you the fuck out and you can't handle it, seek a mentor, seek therapy, you can seek any type of coach in this industry, someone who's been there, done that. If it's spiritual, if you are dealing with whatever your spiritual needs are, seek an advisor for that. Meditate. If you need to start your day off every day or right before each client meditating to get you through that shit, meditate. Prayer, whatever you want to call it. But taking care of you is always a top priority, and creating some type of boundary. And I mean this boundary in business and in life. If you have toxic ass clients, cut them motherfuckers loose, because they gonna wear you down. Same with family members and friends or whatever. If they toxic, keep them out your way, because they're gonna wear you down. If this industry is financially burning you out, find out what it is. It could necessarily be you probably just need to raise your prices up. You probably your overhead, you probably have overextended yourself. Your overhead is probably too high. You probably have overextended yourself at home where you're living beyond your means. Figure out whatever that is causing the burnout and take care of it. It's cool to have your books full, but it's not cool to have your books full and you having a fucking mental breakdown, or you in the hospital because of exhaustion and dehydration. Ain't shit cool or cute about that. Okay? So, with this one DJ, and I tell this to everyone, I forgot his name, but he had to go to the hospital, and I think he was having like stroke or something, or heart attack. But he said the whole time he was in the hospital, he never once said, I wish I would have worked more. He always said, I wish I would have spent more time with my loved ones, spent more time, on doing vacations, took care of myself, took more time out for myself. That is the boundary that I'm trying to tell you to do. Don't wait until you get a certain age or a certain time in your career to do it. Start that shit early, especially you new stylists. Start that shit early. Start creating those boundaries and creating these healthy habits for yourself so you can sustain in this industry. And honestly, and if you're burnt out, sometimes what I have found for me that has been a good way to revive myself is when I'm feeling burnt out in this industry, I take a class. typically all I need is a good old education, a good class, a refresher, a new cutting technique, a new coloring technique, new products, something. Typically all I need is a class, and it typically will refresh me and revive me, especially if it's like from a good ass instructor or a hairstylist that is on top of their shit. That's all I need. So figure out what you need to get you back motivated. But guys, don't allow yourself to be burnt and booked and burnt out. Okay. So for that fuck that formula of the week, I hope all of that resonates with someone, and I hope you take advice. And I didn't mind sharing those things, because a lot of those things is things that I've had to do differently. In a lot of ways, I've had to reapproach my business, especially this second time around. I've definitely approached my business a lot differently than I did before. So being accessible to everybody will make you unavailable to yourself. Fuck that. You can't be everything for everyone, and I hope you guys realize that. Okay, so if you got something to say, want to comment, want to talk about this this series, you can always hit me at talk@fthatformula.com. You can reach me on all social media platforms, and you can also check out the ebook, Keeping It Cute, the home care guide. Lord, I didn't sold a whole healthcare guide. The home care guide for helping maintain your hair in between appointments. But until next time, no formula, no filter. Peace out.